Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to do this video yesterday. I actually did it this morning, but my camera messed up, did not record right. All right. Um, Yesterday while I was working, um, I was listening to Teddy Atlas's YouTube show, right, on his channel. Um, Afterwards, I was on my homepage and I came across um, a video from I think YSM Sports Media. I will put the link in the comment section for you to look at yourself because um, it's titled something like um, Shakur Stevenson responds to Teddy Atlas says Teddy Atlas is the bitch, right? And I'm just like, whoa, like hold on here, because that's a bit harsh and a bit disrespectful, right? So I watched the video, and it shows the tweets that Teddy Atlas did during the fight. All right. Um, and I cannot, repeat all the tweets because there were several of them, but there was nothing harsh. There was nothing disrespectful. He didn't call Shakur Stevenson a name. He didn't say that he was overrated or not good, a hype job. He definitely didn't call him a bitch. He didn't disrespect anybody in his family, nothing like that. All right. He talked about his performance. He said. I mean, he complimented him in my opinion. From the things that he said. Um, which you will see when you watch the video or if you look up his tweets, all right? And so then Monday night, Shakur Stevenson tweets out that Teddy Atlas is a bitch and all this kind of stuff, saying that why he you don't know why he be on people nuts so much, all this kind of stuff, right? And guys, this was out of line. This was very ignorant and immature of him. I believe one day he will look back at this when he, wisens up and he will realize that this was a mistake. Teddy Atlas is a 66-year-old man, a grandfather, right? Old enough to be Shakur Stevenson's grandfather. Shakur Stevenson's 25. He tweeting out that a 66-year-old man is a bitch, all right? A man who has dedicated his life to boxing, who, is a Hall of Famer, a coach, a commentator, a guy who has, put in year after year to help build boxing to what it is today. Whether it was commentary, training fighters, teaching people through his commentary about the sport, entertaining people. I mean, to go online and disrespect this guy in this way was just wrong, ignorant and immature, as I said. He's talking about why he be on somebody nuts. He put the little peanut emoji. I'm wondering why nobody in his camp has the nuts to tell him that he needs to delete that shit off his Twitter because it's still there. Why nobody has the nuts to tell him that he's doing wrong. All right, I will send this video to Shakur Stevenson. All right, you need to delete that shit and apologize. All right, because that was out of line and you are disrespecting an elder. A guy old enough to be your grandfather. Hell, in many ways, he is Shakur Stevenson's grandfather because, Shakur Stevenson's grandfather became a coach in 1985, all right? I guess I did my research. Now, I don't know what his age is, but I'm pretty sure he is very close in age to Teddy Atlas, all right? The guy started coaching in 1985. He's been a coach almost as long as Teddy Atlas, who either started coaching in the late 70s or in 1980, all right, officially. So similar backgrounds, all right, similar lives, lifelong boxing men, so he may as well had gone online and said this about his own grandfather, and been disrespectful in that way. A guy in his 60s who has dedicated his life to boxing, you going online calling him a bitch, right? That was not the right way to handle it if he was upset about what he said, which I don't see anything to be upset about. He said that it was a chess match. That if you come forward 6 inches, that Shakur gonna go back 8 inches. That he was pitching a shutout. That he is watching him is like watching, pitching and not hitting, because he's a defensive fighter. All facts. He said he wanted to see Shakur tested against the elite guys. Okay, what's wrong with that? He wants to see him fight the Devin Haney's and the Tank Davises. That's what he's saying. That's a compliment. that was nothing to go online and say that the man was a bitch. You know, a man, like I said, who was a grandfather. Now, if somebody was to go online and call, you know, Wally Moses the B word, I believe he would be upset. He want to fight that person, right? He would be highly upset. Would not appreciate that much. Saying that about his grandfather. All right. See, he needs to think about these things when he's making these tweets. And I don't believe anybody in his team has told him that he was wrong. He should delete that shit. Because I strongly believe if his grandfather told him to delete that shit, his coach, he would. All right. It would not still be on there. So I'm surprised Tim Bradley hadn't reached out and told him, that he need to take that down, that he wrong, he out of line. Because Tim Bradley is, a student of Teddy Atlas, and not only as a boxer, but as a commentator. Teddy Atlas probably helped him get onto ESPN, and if he didn't, he definitely was a mentor once he started broadcasting. So, really, that's it, guys. I wanted to highlight this and point this out because I don't think anybody's really talking about it. But I think he was out of line. And full disclosure for anybody who doesn't know, you know, um, years ago leading up to the Brooks Spence fight, I did a video criticizing Teddy Atlas. But I called him a Spencer character. All right. Which was my fun name for people who were godding up Errol Spence, who were giving him credit before he deserved it, who were fanboys of Errol Spence. And I called Teddy Atlas a Spencer character. But that was a fun name for like I said, Spence fanboys and people who were, heaping a lot of praise on Spence before he really did anything, So, um, that is a far cry and a far difference from calling the man a bitch, which I never did. I would never come online and disrespect, Teddy Atlas in that way, some older gentleman, a guy in his 60s, right? So learn a lesson for Shakur Stevenson. I will be sending this video to him. You need to delete that shit. You need to apologize. You should not be calling a 66-year-old man a bitch. A lifelong boxing man. A guy who's helped build this sport up to what it is so you can make a living in it. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about this, and we'll check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.